Happy Not Wednesday, Seamus.
Hey,
We're a day
we're a
late.
day late and a dollar short. Happy
Hey.
Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Do you like orange juice?
I love it.
Yes, me too. How about if I offer you a big tall glass of fresh squeezed orange juice immediately after you brush your teeth? Right.
Sure.
Exactly.
Maybe.
So the reason that's problematic is because something has changed, not with regard to the orange juice itself, but regard to your perception of it. Your circumstances have changed because you have recently brushed your teeth, imposing a very strong usually peppermint taste in your mouth that is not going to go away anytime soon. And so if I offer you a glass of orange juice, which you would normally love, it would be abhorrent, repellent, and gross. That is what Gemini is all about, not repellent, abhorrent, and gross, contrary to what many believe, because we're not talking about Gemini, the laundry list of character traits that are associated with people who are born during this time of the year. No, we're talking about Gemini as the sign, as the verb that you and I, as people living a human experience, are learning to do better, theoretically, at least as far as evolutionary astrology is concerned. Why are we talking about Gemini? Well, we're in Gemini season right now. The sun is in the part of sky that we call Gemini. And we just, as of very early this morning, around 6 something a.m. Eastern time, we had a new moon eclipsed in the sign of Gemini. So that's a whole lot of planetary energy piled up in one spot. And the fact that there was also an eclipse going on at the time of that new moon amplifies the energy. Now, some magical practitioners and astrologers will tell you that any eclipse is a bad thing. I would argue on the other side of pure potential and the ability to create epic change, especially as a messy Aquarian who likes to make messes and blow things up. See my video from last week. So here we go. If Gemini is perception, it's how we taste things, it's how we see things, it's how we hear things. All of that happens within a context. And the context has to do with, well, what just happened before that occurrence? What happened in your history to give you a preconceived notion about that occurrence? We're talking about not only what we see, but the lens that we see it through. So our ability to think is also colored by our experiences in the past, our preconceived notions, our worldview, and all of the people that we've interacted with throughout our lives who have influenced our perspectives and therefore our perceptions. So what do you do with an eclipsed new moon in Gemini? Well, let's focus on perception. How do we see the world? How is that lens either serving us or distorting the images that we're coming into contact with and perhaps giving us inaccurate data? With that eclipse, I would recommend some experimentation. If any new moon is the pure fecundity of the freshly turned soil, it is that beautiful darkness that is pristine potential. It is the pristine canvas that allows for truly anything to occur. Let's have that truly anything become a leveling up of perceptions, of clarity in perceptions, of accuracy in perceptions, and our ability to listen and see and receive data with a lot more strength. One of the things that Gemini people get a bad rap about is the fact they don't stop talking much. And that occurs when the Gemini in their chart is responding to data in a rapid fire kind of way, in a kind of, the word I'm looking for would be something along the lines of frenetic, a frenetic sort of way. Oh my gosh, there's so much data, there's so much data. Well, think about Sherlock Holmes. This is a character who is perceiving the world in huge detail. I mean, minute detail and technicolor, and everything is present. There's nothing to be ignored. That's a lot, and it can be overwhelming. You and I experience some version of that all the time. We're living in a time and a place where all of our mercurial and or Gemini-related things can glitch out our brains, just like what you saw happen to me right there. So when you're doing your magic at this new moon time, keep it focused, if you will, on how you see, how you hear and what you hear, and how you may strengthen those capacities for perception to make you more aware of your world. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
See you next week.